roll to your next contestant from the University of Maryland also, Mr. Jack Slattery.
What up? That was a weird curtain. It is! It's harder than it looks up here. It's dope to be in DC. My parents are here, which is baller. Kind of. I really need those pop chips. They're gonna be cutting me off very soon. I love DC, but like most cities, it has like, it has city problems. There are a lot of homeless here, which is beat. Speaking of beat. And I try and give money to homeless people when I can, but not white homeless people. Just cause like how many chances did you get, You should be, yeah, it's, privilege jokes. I go to Maryland, which is tight. They have a lot of services. They have a sort of like depression hotline. They have a helpline, which I've called a couple times, but it's weird because you don't know the person that you're talking to. So I call up and I'm just like, hey, my name's Jack. I'm real sad. They're like, hey, Jack, I'm Dennis. Like, what's going on, man? Well, Dennis, things are getting pretty dark, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to see my way through. Jack, we just met. It's kind of weird that you're bringing up such heavy shit with me right now. Don't you have better friends you could talk to that about? I don't know, Dennis. Not really. Really? No friends? What gets you out of bed in the morning, Jack? And then I hang up. And let Dennis wonder if I did it or not. I was reading about Roe versus Wade for a project. An abortion project, I don't know. And I never really figured out or realized that, because of our just labyrinthine judicial system, the lady who filed the case, Roe, she had to have that baby because abortions weren't legal at the time. But imagine just being that kid and your entire early childhood was just spent with your mother, going to the top of the court system to validate her just Your Honor, he doesn't clean up his shoes, and look at his mouth breathing. And then the kid comes up and he's real reasonable about it, I do take up a lot of her annual income. And hey, I like living, but tell that to her post-collegiate dreams. So this next joke is, I'm so pleased with myself. This next joke is the reason me and my parents won't be able to make eye contact when we drive home. But I recently, I can't really masturbate anymore because, sorry, Mom. I can't because I just can't suspend my disbelief, in these sort of internal, fantasies, I don't know, close my eyes and be chilling in, a steamy dungeon. or an Arby's. Recently it's Arby's, I don't know. And oh, hey, what do you know? It's Julia Weingarten from my class with the boobs. I'm like, hey, Julia Weingarten, hey, good mood food. Oh, God, she might be here. Julia, I'm sorry if you are here, but also, what is The Great Gatsby about? We'll talk about it afterwards. I'm doing bad in that class. And she'll just come up and be like, Jack, I just want to make weird love to you right now. Take off your shirt. Could we leave it on? It's rash season. Jack, just shut your mouth and I heard about that magnificent penis of yours. It's normal, I don't want to, I feel like honesty is key right now before we jump into anything. I don't want to sell you on something. Jack, I just want to make love to you all the night. Why? So we can wake up and not look at each other and go to brunch with your attractive friends. And they'll be looking at you whoa, looks like Julia didn't get over the recent death of her alcoholic overweight father because she's here with this guy. And then I'll just be thinking it's weird they serve brunch after 2. We could just gone to Arby's. Speaking of my love of fast food, I've never been to a Boston Market until recently. And I never really got the appeal because you see this commercial and it's oh, chicken, biscuits, and green beans. And it's that's just regular food. But you go into a Boston Market and you see these sort of middle-aged divorcees weeping into their 3-piece meals, and you understand that Boston Market is food that you would eat regularly if anyone in this world loved you. If you had a mom or a wife or like a lady down the street who heard that your mom and wife both died and like came over and watched some food, because that's rough, same month. But I was in there, I was looking at this one guy just like looking dead into his pile of gravy, and I could sort of see what he was seeing, you know. It was, you know, just his son blowing out his birthday candles for the first time, you know, hitting the ball off the tee before, you know, the divorce became too much that I just got in the last Greyhound bus to Cincinnati and became a weird pansexual tattoo artist. But like, he's still on your health care? Thanks, Obama. Or like, I could see him just sort of like visions of his wife, like, you know, on their 10th anniversary sipping champagne, or lying languidly in the bed on a Sunday afternoon before he found out that like Tuesday night book club really meant sneaking out after 10 in your slinkiest red dress, going down to the Applebee's, making eyes at truckers, and just burning yourself in the arm with a cigarette just to feel something, you know? Because, you know, you loved him when you met him, but 10 years later, just you think about your future, just empty space, just nothing but just overwhelming suburban ennui, and you were gonna be a dancer, Margaret! You had dreams! And then I like zoom out, and the guy, he's like choking on a chicken bone, he's like wreathing around on the ground. I'm like, somebody help him! And everyone holds me back like, no, 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 let him go. Let him go. We're all just sort of like, we're all sort of just sort of forced to stare and acknowledge that it's a brief but just profound window into our own just like limited futures, and that we're all just waiting patiently for death. So I'm more of like a chicken out guy, mostly. Thanks, kids.
Jack Slattery, guys, you enjoy that? I did not expect that. When Jack came out and I saw the Sperry topsiders and the well-creased Docker pants and shirt tucked in, I did not expect to hear that young man talk about beating off in a steamy Arby's dungeon. Didn't expect that. Where's his parents at? I guess they wouldn't admit to who you are at this point. Right here? How do you feel about that?
He's walking home.
I gotta put it on
What I also
Facebook.
thought was funny, when Jack came out, he said, my parents are here.